North Korea hides a lot of mysteries and has a lot of strange rules that will make you thank your lucky stars you don't live there. Here are a few of them. It is illegal to make international calls. In 2007, a guy was slain after making many international calls. If you fall asleep in a meeting while Kim is speaking, you'll get shot down with an anti-aircraft cannon. Watching movies in a foreign language is deemed illegal. To quell opposition, Kim Jong-un issued an edict in 2015 ordering the destruction of all cassette tapes and CDs containing state-banned tunes. The punishment varies depending on the country of origin of the film. Seeing an American film may result in execution, while watching Indian films may result in imprisonment. The distribution of pornography could result in the death penalty. If you fall asleep in a meeting while Kim is speaking, you could face the death penalty. Hyun Yong-chol, the North Korean defense minister, was executed with an anti-aircraft cannon in front of over 100 people in 2015 after falling asleep during one of Kim Jong-un's rallies. Anything that offends Kim Jong-un's family, the government, or lawmakers is considered blasphemy and might result in severe punishment. In January, a mother was sentenced to prison for attempting to save her children rather than former President Kim Il-sung's image from an inferno. Even omitting to dust his image is enough to make one guilty. As a result, each household is given a special duster. Only male government employees are permitted to operate a motor vehicle. Even if they work as traffic cops, women are not allowed to drive. Only 1 out of every 100 persons is allowed to own an automobile due to government limitations. Smiling was absolutely outlawed on July 8, 1994, when North Korean President Kim Il-sung died. On this day, loud talking, dancing, and drinking alcohol are prohibited. People who break the rules may be transported to labor camps or executed. Tourists are forced to bend down at the feet of Kim Il-sung, whose remains are kept in a glass tomb. Marijuana is widely tolerated, and unlike in most other parts of the world, it is not illegal to trade or consume the substance. People are not permitted to wear jeans since they are regarded as a sign of capitalism. Skirts worn by women must cover the knees. Bikinis are strictly prohibited. People in North Korea have only 3 television channels to select from, all of which are controlled by the government. North Koreans are not permitted to travel outside of the country without prior permission. Those who attempt to flee are either imprisoned or executed. The internet may only be accessed through its intranet, which was introduced in 2000 and is dubbed Kwangmyong or Bright. Only 28 websites are allowed to be viewed for professional purposes under government monitoring. Political leaders and their families, students at premier colleges, and the military's cyber warfare section are among those having internet access. Only the state-approved Red Star OS, a Korean-designed operating system, is allowed to be used, neither Windows nor Mac. All North Korean embassies throughout the world have banned the usage of Wi-Fi. The government determines an individual's vocation depending on the demands of the country. Those who refuse to cooperate are detained and forced to work in detention camps. Kim Jong-un issued a list of hairstyles that citizens of North Korea are permitted to wear in 2013. People can keep up to 28 state-approved haircuts, 18 for women and 10 for men. Depending on their relationship with the government decides where people can live. Permission from the government is required to live in Pyongyang, the North Korean capital. It is illegal for citizens to share the same name as the president. As a result, everyone with the surname Kim was forced to change their name. In North Korea, religious freedom is a lie. It is a state that is officially devoid of religion. Religious practices and publications from the West are prohibited. People who distributed Bibles were publicly executed. Jeffrey Fowle, an American, was sentenced to 5 months in prison in 2014 after leaving his Bible in a restaurant bathroom. The state has power over churches. Tourists visiting the country must leave their phones and computers at the airport and can only retrieve them before leaving. Tourists are accompanied by guides who must obediently follow the orders of the guards. All citizens over the age of 17 are required to vote in the elections. Elections are held to select the party leaders who will govern the country, yet there is usually just one candidate. If one member of a family commits suicide, the entire family could be punished. When a person commits a crime, it affects 3 generations of his family. Shin Sang-ok, a film director, and his actress wife Choi Eun-hee were kidnapped in 1978 for allegedly inspiring innovation in North Korean films. Later in 1986, the couple gradually gained the dictator's trust and were able to flee while on a promotional trip to Austria for North Korean films. The North Korean calendar Juche is based on the birth date of Kim Il-sung, which is April 15, 1912. Because of the country's energy crisis, North Korea turns off the lights every night. Using electricity requires authorization, and possessing a microwave is prohibited. School-going children are required to get their own desks and chairs. Others are forced to do laborious tasks for the government. In 2008, citizens were asked to give their stools to help with agriculture when South Korea suspended fertilizer supplies for the government. It spends 20% of its GDP on the military when the population is desperate for food. Newlyweds are expected to visit Kim Il-sung's statue after the official ceremony. Walking down the aisle is not permitted on any of the birthdays of Kim Jong-un and Kim Il-sung.